So let's get stuck into what will hopefully be a grand finale for USA versus Brazil, which is more than delivered so far. USA trying to get their first national 1v1 team crew battle victory. Yan trying to do it all for Brazil. He's been player of the day today, but of course he's had to be to get Brazil into this position. And now he faces perhaps his biggest test. Daniel is such a consistent and talented player recently. Oh, that's a perfect start as well. What a shot by Daniel. Well, you don't get any better than that. I just want to say, all of you, hey, all of you they were cringing at how unstoppable air double bumps are. Where are you now? That looked pretty unstoppable to me. Of course, I'm joking. I think that is a beautiful shot. Yan's going to equalize immediately. The strong kickoff goal to the inside. Now, I've talked about this a few times with Yan today because I think it's a big proponent of his success and also a big proponent of AJ's success against him earlier today. Yan, when he was pushing kickoffs through his opponents, was actually losing the majority and he was getting in a lot of trouble. Right there, he hooked it and he won the kickoff with a goal. So Daniel, if he's been paying attention to that, will probably not be trying to risk too much in that regard. And if he was watching First Killer, he knows that this is going to happen as well. If he was watching Yan against First Killer, he knows that these are coming. That was a really tough position though for Daniel. Not a lot of boost, so really not many options. Save an air dribble bump there. But yeah, Daniel's got to be like a bit more strong with this kickoff. He is here. And there's one reset. Mind game. Daniel ties off a kickoff possession with a huge aerial play. Yeah, it's the diagonal kickoffs in this match that are going to be so important. Daniel's won 2 in a row now by pushing the ball to the outside. I don't know why Yan keeps going back to the big push kickoffs when he's had so much success going the other way. This is another goal for Daniel. Is Yan all-ins with a ceiling challenge after losing the kickoff possession. Yeah, right here. I really feel like Yan's got to get to the left of the ball and flip to the right, and yeah, he does as well now. So I think this is what Yan should be doing. It's how he scored his only kickoff goal of the game. He's obviously won this kickoff as well doing that. Daniel's going to try and stay on the ball here. It's so tricky, but he's done well. Honestly, he's done very well. Oh, he's been bumped into the boost nearly. That would have been huge for Daniel. He's done exceptionally well to escape being scored on there. This time Yan is able to read the mind game as Daniel approaches with the reset. And here's the turnover of possession. It's another air double bump, and it's another connection. Yan gets way in front of the ball here. I mean, Daniel did something different on this one. He tried to go in front of the ball and then, or in front of the bump and then flip back to save it. That didn't work. So expect to see something different from Daniel if Yan tries this again. Daniel losing another kickoff goal. Yes, he is. Just barely. And it's that same kickoff. It's just Yan forcing it to this strong side. I think he's noticed. I think he knows that this is a strong side for him. I'm surprised that Daniel is letting this happen. This is not something that we see often. Now Daniel with strong kickoff possession again. Tries to bump Yan off the back wall. That was extremely close to connecting. Daniel should still be scoring here. Aerial shot looks good. And we have a tied game. The offensive success that these two players have had so far today is extremely high. Yeah, where's Yan going to go with this kickoff? Yeah, he is indeed sticking to that strong side. So yeah, he's on the money with that one. It's unlikely he's going to concede too many kickoff goals if he keeps this up. Daniel, one reset. Goes low. Yan got a piece of it. Daniel's motionless. He's quick enough on the turn to put in a 5th goal. All of Yan's early challenges here are getting stuffed by Daniel. Look how Daniel leans back into that 50-50 mid-air to stop it in his tracks. He's looking to do something here that neither AJ nor First Killer could do, and that's beat Yan in game 1. Yan taking a bit of a risky path here for the boost grab, but Daniel didn't see it early enough, so chooses not to go for the fast turnaround. A lot of boost being invested to win the possession back, Yan, but he knows the back corner boost is about to spot. Oh, he half flipped over in the wrong direction though. He tried to grab that as he was leaving. He knew it would be up, but it was up for Daniel. His flip reset goes high. Finally, Daniel makes a mistake with his aerial mechanics. Not a massive one, That's definitely a blessing for Yan, who spots Daniel retreating the entire length of the pitch. Daniel quickly closes the gap. He doesn't want to sit back in defense and give Yan another run up to you-know-what. A great trip by Yan. Always a risk there, putting yourself in the firing line, but he timed that one perfectly. Early challenge by Daniel, again denying the air dribble bump. Yan was thinking about it. He had to very quickly think of a new plan. Boost steal for Yan. Is he going to make it back, though? I don't know if he is. Daniel actually air dribbles off. Well, that is outstanding by Daniel. One touch, and then a flip in the middle of the air dribble into a continued air dribble to get it in the far post. 6-4. Daniel jumps early to dodge the demo, and he never lost control for one moment during that entire play. You know, I talked about Yan's offense being unstoppable earlier. Daniel's offense has been unstoppable in this game. You know, peak Daniel is definitely up there. He's not quite as brute force as Yan is, but when it comes to creativity, when it comes to control, he is right up there with the best in the world. And he has been for pretty much his entire 1v1 career. 3-goal difference, 1 minute and 29 left. There's been a lot of chances for both players here, so the comeback is definitely on. But Yan's half flipped the wrong way again. He's half flipped the wrong way a couple of times this game. I wonder if this is his only half flip that he has. Yeah, he half flips to the left again. Interesting. I need to keep an eye on and see if Yan ever half flips right. He seems like he half flips left a lot. So Daniel's fixed his kickoff woes. You can see the 2 kickoff goals earlier this game. Now he's figured out a bit of a safer strategy. This still might be an open net though for Yan, if he's quick enough with it. He's going to decide to take his time, set up another air dribble bump, which just sneaks past. I think Daniel got a piece of this one. I think this is really smart for Yan though. He doesn't want to show anything new in this game. If he can get the comeback, he can get the comeback. If he can't, then at least he's only showed this one strategy to Daniel. He's scoring with it almost every time. So if Daniel's giving him this much space, Yan's going to do it. It is as simple as that. But Daniel's had the flip resets to counter Yan's air dribble bumps. Both of the players have just capitalized on that one play that's worked well for them over and over again. I think Daniel has countered Yan's early challenges a little bit better. Oh, what a flick. Well, Yan has completely postage stamped that flick into the top corner. Daniel again trying to make an early challenge happen, but the early move on the ball by Yan gets it past him. Now, Daniel's going to be pretty happy with this kickoff. It's in his back corner, but so is he, and so is the boost. Oh, Yan's totally been to there. I think Daniel would have been smart to slow roll him in that play. Yan making a huge mistake, trying to turn and get a free touch on the ball, which actually wasn't a terrible idea, you know. It looked like Daniel was going to let it bounce. Massive understeer by Yan. Allows Daniel to take a 3-goal lead again. And I wonder if Yan's going to play for the same idea. No, it's going to be a reset this time, and it works out wonderfully. 27 seconds left. Still 2 goals. I mean, the one thing that is consistently true this game is that both players are scoring the vast majority of their chances. Offense has been king in this series so far, and Daniel's given Yan space. You know, this is a bit of a scary sight. I don't think Yan got the reset though. He couldn't really move the ball. Daniel's challenge should be sufficient. Smart play to stay on the ball as well. That's killed a lot of time. Now Yan has to score, or this will be all over. He's gone back to Old Faithful, and it works once again. Well, Daniel does not have an answer. He consistently backs off all the way, giving Yan that setup, giving him time to pop the ball on target, and then fly in front of it. And if you're not going to answer that with some kind of successful method of saving, then Yan is going to keep doing it. Luckily, Daniel's kickoff will get him over the line. Smart knockback. Confirms the game win. But yeah, Daniel, I don't think his defensive strategy is the answer right now. His offense has been the answer to Yan's offense, but defensively, I don't think either player have an answer for the other, which is sort of fascinating to see. Very rare that you get 2 players clicking this much on the offense and just having no success whatsoever defending what's being thrown at them. Okay, new game. Will it be new strats? I don't think it will, to be honest, because both players had so much success with their offense. I think it's probably going to be defensive differences, if anything. And what you saw right there from Yan is actually a pretty big deal. If you remember early in game 1, Daniel was able to completely stifle several Yan aerial challenges and turn them into goals for himself. He was able to neutralize the ball, keep it on him, while Yan's car would bounce off of it. So the fact that Yan is actually stuck with the ball there on an aerial challenge is a pretty big deal. That's something he's going to need to keep doing if he's going to hold Daniel at bay once Daniel's on the ball. Well, that's brave. Yan not wanting to 50-50 there, just letting Daniel hit it into his back corner. Double reset for Daniel, and an air dribble and a dunk, and that is just completely undefendable. Yan was able to get a touch on the ball, but the dunk just made it impossible to save. Quick directional changes by Daniel. I mean, the amount of insane goals he's producing. Can he keep this up? He's producing clips at the rate of, you know, the kind of games we've seen from Dark recently, the kind of games we've seen from Zen recently. Daniel thought about a bump there, didn't commit for it, but he still has to play. Yan forced to defend for extended periods of time. So far he's had a bit more success in game 1, but Daniel continues to chug along and forces another one through him for 2-1. This is not where Yan wants to be. I spoke about this earlier in the match, actually, that Yan is a world-class defender, but he's not the best defender in the world. That's not what he's known for. I think Daniel's defense is better than Yan's offense, in my opinion. Daniel's defense is better than Yan's defense. I just think that Yan's offense is a bit more well-rounded than Daniel. He can do more than Daniel can in offense. He's got a bit more of a physical game. Although Daniel is right up there, it's all about, can Daniel's defense, that is usually exceptional, nullify Yan's offense. That's what I really think this comes down to. And I know a lot of you might disagree with that, but I truly believe this. I think Yan has better offense than Daniel because he's more willing to get dirty with his gameplay, get physical, and that gives him such an unstoppable combination. Daniel doesn't really have that. He's very clean with his offense, and he's extremely good at it, but he's less well-rounded, is all I'm saying to you guys. So yeah, you're allowed to disagree, but that's my take. Oh dear, well, Yan's missed a completely open net there. It happens to the best players, but that was extremely open. Goes for the flip reset to follow up. He's used a ton of his boosts here. Tries to bait Daniel into leaving his net open, and that's actually somewhat happened here. Daniel lands inside the goal. Big win for Yan to get Daniel to land like that. Now he's going for the direct route to goal, and it works. So eventually, Yan's able to break down Daniel's defense. You know, if you had like top trump cards for 1v1, I would say Daniel's defense is like a 9.5. And his offense is probably also a 9.5, whereas I think Yan's offense is a 10 and his defense is a 9. That's why I think this matchup is so interesting, is because you've got the players are so talented, they're so close in skill, I think, to one another. And yeah, I've been pretty consistent on this. I think, you know, on his day, Daniel can be he has series, he has games where his offense is a 10, but I think usually he's a 9.5. Usually. Oh, good read by Daniel, although not much he can do there except trust the crossbar to cover him. A much more low-scoring game than the previous one. Both players starting to get a better read on the other's offense. Yan's getting a lot cleaner with his offense. Multiple resets. Daniel's boost start, but he still gets back to the punch. Now Yan's out of position. Daniel flipping over the boost. Is he going to get there first? It looks like he is, and he scores to tie the game. Well, that was about as close as you can get to scoring without actually putting the ball in the net. Great save by Daniel. He recovered the faster of the two players. And you notice the pathing over the boost as he was making the counter-attack happen. Now Daniel sticking to the ball. Yan trying to set up an early shot threat. That denies Daniel any back corner boost grab. Daniel might have thought about shooting off that. I think it's probably smart that he didn't. He's got Yan circling. Daniel's pre-jumped, and that, ladies and gents, is what we've been waiting for. The sole read by Daniel. Yan trying to set up the air dribble. Daniel is there a month before it can happen. Again, I've got to keep bringing it back. It's been a big talking point today. You know who said air dribble bumps are unstoppable? The whole point is that you stop it before it starts, like Daniel did there. He's got Yan's number right now. His defense is doing the work. And he might be able to double up here. He's got a great setup. Yan misses, and Daniel's up by 2. He's had the pre-jumps on lock. Yan tries to do the same, and Daniel just moves it over him. That's the difference there. We had 2 very similar plays. One of them, Daniel in defense was able to read. Yan tried to do the same, and he wasn't able to produce the goods. A direct shot by Daniel. Yan's able to predict the bounce off the crossbar. Daniel might have misplayed this. It's an open net. Yan drains it. With over a minute left, we're back to a 1-goal difference. That was not the touch Daniel needed. I'm not sure if he was trying to take the ball back with him down the line or if he was trying to set up an air dribble on the turn. Definitely not the right play. Oh, Daniel might have conceded another kickoff goal here. This is one we've seen before. Daniel is not fixing this kickoff. Notice he's trying to push the ball to the left. That's where Yan is flipping towards. So he's actually just playing right into Yan's hands. He cannot keep doing this. You know, some of you are going to think that's random because you've got room temperature IQ, but it's actually just a bad play by Daniel. The exact kickoff that we just saw has happened multiple times already this series. Why is he doing it again if it's already happened? He shouldn't be doing that. Now, Yan's in a bit of a dangerous position here. He manages to turn it around though. With 40 seconds to go, Daniel fakes a pre-jump. Now he's up in the air early. Yan gets ahead of the ball in the nick of time. And that was just in time. Because Daniel pre-jumped pretty quick here. Yan had to get up fast. He was going right in front of the ball there to deny Daniel any access to it. That's much better from Daniel. Notice how he covers that side that he conceded a kickoff goal from previously. Oh, what a snipe. Yan's gonna get there, and he double taps it off his own crossbar. Oh, he's beamed it though. Another mistake by Yan. That is a huge blunder. He did so well to double it off his own crossbar, but then he panicked, trying to capitalize on Daniel being slightly out of position. And in an effort to get an immediate clear, he misses. And now we're back to a tight game. Fake kickoff by Yan. Once again getting him the control though. Yeah, Daniel's in the area. Another early jump by Daniel, but Yan spots him. He's trying to follow him the whole way, but Daniel tracks it better. Yan on the retreat now, but Daniel's too fast. I think he might have slotted it. Oh, it's off the post. Yan can't get there. Daniel shoots again, and it's saved. Well, Daniel had it there. That was open, but he hit the post. A save on an air dribble bump would have been poetic, I'm sure, to all of Daniel's fans. Here comes Yan again. It's another kickoff possession for him. And it's another air dribble bump set up. Daniel goes under it. This time, he's able to get the stop. 2 in a row for Daniel. He's got a consistent read, it would seem, on Yan's air dribble bumps. Will Yan switch it up? Does he trust himself to make it work? He switches it up, and he wins 7-6. Who said Yan's a one-trick pony? Go sit in the naughty corner, all of you. GG's. These are some unbelievably high-level games we're seeing right now. We are blessed to be witnessing ones in 2023. The meta is incredible. It's all about offense. Everything is viable. You know, that's how I describe ones these days to anyone who's not watched it for years. You know, back in the day, you might have only had a couple of shots that were viable. Ground shots, flicks, bounce dribbles. But now anything goes. If it exists, it's probably viable in 1v1. And that's exactly what has led to the success of these two players. Yeah, Yan's got a bit of an open net here. Decides to take his time with it. High flick should leave Daniel in a tough position. Maybe Yan trying to catch a piece of the ball on his exit there. But Daniel escapes conceding early and now looks to take the lead with a huge flip reset. It's a double. Daniel does it again. Oh, that is unreal. How did he follow this one from such a distance? You know, he went for that. He's boosting and leaning into it the whole way. Crazy read. I think based on what we've seen today certainly these have been the two best players we've seen. This is insane, the level that we're watching. The plays they've been forced to make. Strong kickoff by Daniel. Gets one back. He's had a couple of kickoff goals in his own net now. puts one into Yan's goal. Not the best shot by Yan. He will get a boost steal off this, but I'm not sure he'll be able to turn. In fact, no, he won't. Not without Daniel being there to try and stop him. Oh, well played though by Yan. He just didn't fall for Daniel's tricks. Daniel here is trying to bump Yan as soon as Yan jumps. You'll notice that Yan gets it over him, dodges a demo. Daniel's trying to bump Yan, but Yan just doesn't jump, so Daniel bounces off him. And then Yan's got an open net. That's so smart by Yan, who was otherwise in a pretty tricky position there. He's about to equalize. Yan jumping early, trying to stop Daniel in his tracks. Daniel actually went back for the reset after the mid-air 50-50. I mean, is there anything this guy can't think of? So Yan now flicks it at him. Daniel narrowly misses the redirect as it comes off his own backboard. Another bump attempt from Yan. This one connects. And, you know, when Daniel's boost runs low, it looks like he's really struggling to come up with an answer for the air double bump. I think the one thing I've noticed is that when Daniel's got low boost, he defaults to full shadow, full goal line defense. And Yan knows that. He's just bumping when Daniel has low boost. He's just going for it every time. Sometimes he's bumping when Daniel even has boost. But if you've got low boost, it's very, very natural to just think that you've got to go back to your goal at all costs. That actually just gives space to your opponent. You know, Daniel might need to start upping the aggression when he's on zero boost and trying to shut down these Yan plays before it's too late, before it's unsavable. Yan faking an early play on that one, instead goes a bit later. It's another air double bump attempt. This one Daniel does well. So you see that when Daniel's got boost, he can actually react to what Yan's doing. He lets Yan fly by, and then he makes the save. I think he might have missed his reset there though, because he's landed very poorly. And here comes Yan at the other end. He's going for the double tap on a boost star of Dan. It's off the bar. Daniel, the slow recovery though. Yan's going to play it around him. Daniel going to be back for this, but he's still in a very rough position, and Yan outplays him 4-2. Yan is just running rings around him on this play. And it's all from one failed flip reset from Daniel at the other end of the field. Moments ago, he was looking to tie the game with a big aerial play, which would have made sense given what we've seen today. And not this time. Oh, Daniel missed the boost, and that gives it to Yan. Well, if Yan was making misplays earlier, now Daniel's made a very unfortunate turn. Just so eager to turn early that he turns too soon. And that's the pressure that these two immense players have put on each other. There have been so many moments where they've been outpaced to the ball by their opponent that they're now worried, overly worried about it happening again, and starting to cut corners a little bit too sharp, starting to misplay. And now Daniel tries to use a little bit of physicality of his own, and it just does not work out. That's the second time that he's tried to run ahead of the ball while it rolls and get a demo into Yan. Both times, Yan has turned around and put the ball in Daniel's net. I mean, this is, I think, a pretty good example of what I meant earlier on when I said Daniel's got a very, very good repertoire of clean offense for 1v1. In fact, like, for clean offense, honestly, one of the best in the world. But Yan has got the full package. He can do it all. He can air double bump you. He can double reset on you. He can do absolutely everything. He doesn't seem like his offense lacks anything at all. Now, there we go. Daniel trying to use a little bit of that in his own game. And he makes it work. You know, he should probably go for more in this, because I don't think he does it enough. He's so good at it as well. But sometimes maybe I think a bit too clean, a bit too flashy with this one's play. And Yan can just be a bit more effective. Yan trying to trip up Daniel here as he lands. Daniel not panicking, not allowing that to happen. Yan's still got an open net for himself. Jumps over Daniel and puts it in. Very strong run of form here for Yan. Daniel's dropped off in his level just slightly. Yan is just chugging along at that same kind of consistency. I mean, you got to think now, where would this, if Yan could somehow win this, if he could win 3 series against US's top 3 ones players on the same day, I mean, where does that put him worldwide? That's crazy to imagine that anyone could do this. Not sure anyone has ever done that. Has apparently Jack ever done that? Has he ever beaten AJ, Daniel, and First Killer in the same day in a tournament? He might have beaten them all in different days in a tournament, but I don't think same day. Daniel just able to get the ball clear in time here. Good boost management. He had a lot of boost left over after that attack. Yan and Daniel, they seem to have... Oh, Yan missed the boost. Well, that's a mistake. I was going to say, Yan and Daniel, they seem to have equalized a bit on kickoffs. We're not seeing as many clinical, clean wins on kickoffs. They seem to be a bit more even now. Both players start to download each other's strategies. Yan's given Daniel all the space in the world. Now, if this is Yan, he just air double bumps Daniel. Daniel fakes it, goes low, and 50s it under him. Phenomenal stuff. Yan must have been expecting it. Look what he's gone for here. Expecting the pop bump, goes for the in and out save instead, and Daniel just goes low. Can Daniel keep the comeback going? Just over a minute left. Yan in the area forces Daniel up, but Daniel keeps possession, keeps control with his touch. And now here comes the air double bump, and it works. And just like Yan was able to air double bump Daniel very easily when he's boost starved, Daniel returns the favor. 44 boost for Yan. Not able to get out and challenge early. And Daniel is doing exactly what he should be doing. Great play there by Yan though. Just trying to get into midfield play, trying to get 100 boost. Daniel didn't see it. You know, Daniel actually struggled in his international match against Dark to read Dark's kickoff shenanigans. So, you know, Yan's actually faked a few and had success with the majority of them. And Daniel knows he doesn't need to get a big kickoff win. He just needs to get the ball at some point, and here he is now. The ball on top of his car, and another pop and another bump. Daniel is yanning Yan. From 7-3 down to 7-7 with 38 seconds to go. Daniel has completely turned game 3 around. It looked like it was all over. There have not been too many massive goal swings, but now Daniel's in a better position. He's got the boost, he's got the ball. Yan's on 19. Daniel left the ball briefly, but this is still a very uncomfortable position for Yan, and he's accidentally single jumped there, meant to flip into the ball. Daniel also accidentally hits it right into him. Both players making small mistakes in close quarters. Fake challenge by Yan. Daniel doesn't fall for it, and now, oh my goodness, he rips a flick into the backboard, but a bit too high this time. Daniel has to back off, or does he? No, he sticks around. Well, he found a way to get back onto the ball there, and that's huge, because if he did have to back off there, you all know what's going to happen in 0 seconds. It still might, you know, even with 17 boost. Yan trying to pop it over Daniel's pre-jump. Daniel just makes contact, and we have another overtime, this time in game 3. Daniel not allowing the ball to go straight through him. He'll have the first possession in this overtime. Shoots it first time. It's the top corner. It's simple for Daniel. Yan was posturing to challenge early, and Daniel just shoots it right past him. Daniel just had to notice there that Yan wasn't driving quickly back to his goal. And, you know, both players, I think, have shown brilliant ability to counter defenders who are trying to get early challenges in on each other. Both players have tried to stop the other's air double bumps by turning for early challenges, and they've both shown several ways to go one level further. I mean, this is why 1v1 is just so interesting to see. We've got so many different levels of mind games here. But really, the big story for game 3 is that Daniel was able to come back from 7-3 down and win it in overtime. 5 straight goals with none in between from Yan. Absolutely phenomenal stuff, and the majority of that was with a playstyle he hadn't really had on show at any other stage for this series. Definitely not a prolonged stage in this series. Both players testing each other to the limit now, as Yan got more left in the tank. Daniel rockets the first goal into the top of the goal, and that looked like the most undefendable goal of the day. Just a single reset and an absolute banger over the top of Yan. Yeah, don't see anyone complaining about how unstoppable that one was. And I certainly am not either. Daniel, enough boost to set up the flick on the back of a kickoff possession. Such a great touch from Daniel there to buy him time to grab the mid boost. Yan dribbling straight at him. Fake jump by Daniel. Now the real one. It's, oh, just enough by Yan to guide the ball in. Daniel's trying to get Yan to panic with these fake jumps, but Yan is just not falling for it. It's twice now Daniel's fake jumps in these positions, and Yan is just not having it. He just continues doing his thing. Oh, lovely fake. But, oh, Yan actually doesn't fall for it. Daniel actually tried to fake a mid-boost grab there before going back corner, hoping that Yan would turn to back corner, but Yan actually just went for the mid boost the entire way. So fakes for Daniel not working out here. Fake jumps, fake boost grabs. He's got the 50-50s though. 1 goal from a reset, 1 goal from great shot. He shot that one straight at Yan, but it's a very difficult ball to clear that because it's coming at him so quickly. Daniel picking his spot wisely, not giving Yan a natural clearing angle. It looks like this time Daniel doesn't have enough boost to get the ball on top of his car. Still able to threaten the low 50 though. Half flips through to keep Yan on his toes here, keep him on the back foot. The battle for the back corner boost is won by the Brazilian. Now he starts his offensive threat. Daniel's in the air early and connects well. The ball's on target but too slowly. Yan has to leave it before it's too late. That would have been, I think, 3 or maybe 4 bumps in a row needed for that ball to finally cross the line. Another early jump by Daniel. He's jumped onto his own crossbar here. Well, look at this. How do you save irritable bumps? Well, try and not be a target. Look at what Daniel's doing here. He is moving all over the place. Yan doesn't know where he's supposed to fly preemptively if he wants to bump him out of the sky. Wonderful mix-ups by Daniel in offense in game 3, now in defense in game 4. He's showing that he's got all the tools necessary to get a win in this series, and that's going to be 3-1. Another massive 50-50 win for Daniel. Yan wants this ball to go literally anywhere but upwards, but Daniel covers that perfectly. Now just over half the game to go. It's another slow start for both players in offense. Daniel's kickoff has turned into such a weapon. Oh dear, he's blundered here though. Well, he had the win in this position. This was Daniel favored. He had boost, he had the ball, but he accidentally flips on the wrong side of it. He's trying to outplay Yan there. He knows Yan's under it. He's trying to knock it back so he can take the ball down the line. That's a risky play to make, and Yan gladly accepts the 1 goal donation. Not the nice bounce there for Yan to deal with, but still able to catch the ball. And oh, Daniel just does nothing, so Yan says, okay, I'll flick it high. If you're just going to watch me, then I guess you can watch this goal. That's why you might want to challenge in these positions. That's one of the more unstoppable flicks you're going to see today. Another tie game. This has been on a knife edge the entire series. Both players have been forced into mistakes by the other. Here's Daniel, air dribbling high with the reset. Yan jumps and flies by helplessly. It's another reset for Daniel. That just looks impossible to save, but the difficulty Yan has, if he doesn't jump, Daniel's just not going to flip into the ball. He's just going to keep flying, and then he's going to be inches away from your goal before you can save his shot. So, you know, he's got options there. Daniel's not forced into that one moment of the shot. What's Daniel done here? Yeah, it's the same kickoff. You know, every time he's conceded this kickoff goal, it's the same. He's doing the same thing. He's very side onto the ball, trying to push the ball around the outside. And Daniel with a half flip kickoff. Good switch up, but Yan almost countered it, you know. Daniel gets the demo, and he's quickly, rapidly racing down the middle. Oh, pull shot saved by Yan. Daniel went for the bump. But Yan managed to bump him into saving it. Yeah, Daniel just cutting off the important angle there, kind of forcing Yan into the corner. Yan's trying to manage his boost here. He knows the mid is spawning. There it is, in the nick of time. It's just a dance right now. Both players mirroring each other's movements, trying to create an opening. Looks like Yan might have one, depending how this ball bounces. It's a good one. He's going to need to use a lot of boost to get this into a threatening position. Well, that's where we are now. He didn't want to dodge though. I think he would have been all in and not scoring. Daniel with the reset. Yan with the save. And now Yan attempting the counter-attack, but the aerial shot falls just a bit short. Daniel able to get the save on it. Just a minute to go. Both players trying not to overextend. 50-50s like these have gone Daniel's way this game, when both players are reaching out for it. That's a spectacular aerial shot by Yan. A very awkward takeoff, but Daniel's got it covered. Yan trying to keep the ball under his control. He does not want Daniel to be air dribbling at him at this late stage of the game. He wants to be the player attacking, doing what he does best, and he does. with a gorgeous reset of his own. I mean, Daniel's had a couple of absolute bangers in this match at pace, but Yan doing it in slow motion, fakes the shot across the net, and instead just chips it near post bottom corner. He's got that 1-goal advantage. 36 seconds to go. Another strong kickoff by Daniel. He'll come away with the ball. Yan's under him, but Daniel takes it where Yan can't follow, and he bumps him out of the air again. It's another air dribble bump for Daniel. You know, Yan had all the success with this strategy earlier on in the series, but Daniel has switched late and is making it work with just as much success. 27 seconds now. Looks like Yan will have the next play as it goes to his back corner. Daniel backs off. Yan immediately into the air. Daniel's matched him with an early jump in defense. Yan tries to barrel right through him. Daniel lands sideways. That's not a clean landing for him. And a perfect shot from Yan will put him up with just 13 seconds left. Well, Daniel forced Yan low with the early pre-jump. But Yan just drove right through him. He forced Daniel into an awkward position. And now Daniel just has 13 seconds to go. Can he come back again? He had an incredible comeback in the last game. He might, you know. This is a perfect setup for him. He shoots first time though, and oh my goodness, Yan's doubled it. I can't think he meant to do that, but still an incredible result for him. And it'll be enough to force game 5. Yan saved the shot and then doubled it right into the midfield, which no way can Daniel see coming. I mean, you can't blame Daniel for being pushed up there, hoping Yan's going to not double the ball as he's saving it. Fair enough. You know, I said if we get Dan versus Yan, the fans are the winners. Not only have we got Dan versus Yan, we've got game 5. It's all on the line. USA and Brazil tied 2 series each. Daniel and Yan tied 2 games each. It's been Daniel who's been getting his nose in front for most of this series, and then Yan clawing back. Daniel's won the odd-numbered games. And game 5, for the uninformed, is an odd number. Early reset from Daniel, and the mind game. Well, Yan cannot read these plays, and I don't think anyone can read these plays. It's just too many options for Daniel. He can flip into this at any moment he wants. He could shoot that high, he could shoot it low, or he could just mind game it and go near post. Yan going to put Daniel under a lot of pressure here. Again, maybe could have landed the demo if he just waited a little bit longer before racing into position. But he's still got the possession. He's calmly setting up his shot. That's a pretty good looking air dribble bump there. Well, that didn't look like Daniel had anywhere to go on that one. He's just sitting in the worst possible spot that time. You know, I'm talking about ways you save air dribble bumps. You got to be facing the play if you want to fight it. Instead of running from it, and Daniel was facing away there. He could only try and run from it, and there was just nowhere to run with that range. Daniel, a heavy touch. Of course, he's going to be able to get a reset off this, and Yan is faked because Daniel messed up. Daniel's had such a high success rate with his flip resets today that Yan just assumed that was going to be another one. Daniel misses it, and it bounces in. That's the return on investment. You know when you land so many flip reset shots in your opponent that at some point if you miss one they're going to let it go past them because they assume you're hitting it again? Well, that's it. That's the return on investment there. For all the times Daniel's hit the flip resets before now. Mid boost is spawning for Yan here. He wants the immediate shot. It's not the best shot in the world. In fact, it's going to allow Daniel to turn over the possession. Unless Yan can run away with it quickly. He does. It's not safe, but as long as he holds down that boost button, he should be fine. Oh, he gave Daniel an opening, though. That was risky. Daniel thought about the boost steal. That would have left his net open, though, so he turned away from it. Look how quickly Dan's up into the air, trying to scare Yan from going for the air dribble bump. But Yan just resets on him with a double, and again, it's a slow roller to the bottom of the corner. This is insane. Both players, earlier in the series, were sending flip reset shots, high flying into the roof of the net. Now, slow rollers are consistently going in. This is the downside of pre-jumping. Maybe it's time to stop pre-jumping, lads. And just hit the ball. Might just be me, though. Still, everything to play for. Daniel in a good position. Yan's got the ball, but Daniel should have the next attack. Great play, though, by Yan. Staying safe in the position. Oh my goodness, he's done very well there. This is not easy This, ladies and gentlemen, is not an easy position to play keep away. You've got Daniel chasing you the whole time, and amongst all that, Jan's not just managed to get away, but he has set up a goal at the other side of the field. That is actually ridiculous. So many players would have just tried to clear the ball there and stay alive, but Jan's thinking one step higher. And just like that, Daniel's tied the game again. He is just too consistent with his aerial plays after kickoffs. Jan jumps early to cover the reset. Daniel just shoots it first time. That's another strong kickoff for Jan. He's going to get the boost steal here. Daniel has to play that ball. He doesn't want to leave it. Jan could hear the chain dashing Daniel behind him. He knows he doesn't have a lot of time. Jan sneaks in. An early challenge. Oh, Daniel's doubled the ball to set up a shot though. What a touch. Daniel keeps it alive with a perfect first touch. Look at that. Anything else and that is just going to be too slow. Jan will be back. But Daniel actually creates a goal scoring opportunity. Both of these players have created shots out of nothing this game. Now Daniel, will he recover? Yes, he will. Jan's got 100 boost still. It's a terrible position for Daniel, but he did well to just save it initially. Oh wow, Jan actually goes high there. I did not expect that. Daniel raced into the inside of his own goal to set up a save. Jan actually just flicked it straight into him. I feel like the low 50 would have made a lot more sense there. Of course, it's much harder to react when you're in the moment. To produce the correct play against a defender of Daniel's caliber. Jan tripping Daniel in the landing. Again, shoots first time. Daniel once more, able to get the clear. Jan not sticking around for the bump on the exit this one. He's still got a big boost advantage though, and he's got Daniel pre-jumping for nothing. Daniel just trying to get some time. Trying to create some space for himself. He's trying to force a 50-50 here. Jan's not giving it to him. He just wants the ball to stay exactly where it is. But Daniel's low boost defense, oh, it's almost enough. I mean, he did so well to survive that long, but well played to Jan. To not give Daniel a 50-50 there was actually a massive deal. If Daniel gets a 50, the ball's probably bouncing clear. Jan knew that, and he just refused to give Daniel what he wanted. Still inseparable, these two. Daniel in the air has been undeniable. Finally, Jan able to stop him with one of his resets. That's a delicious bounce for Jan to play with. He decides to shoot it this time. Doesn't want to become too predictable with the air dribbles. That might actually be helpful later. Now Daniel's going to need a more defensive stance. Jan half flipping into position here. He's dodged the demo well. As Jan spotted an opening on the counter. Not this time. Daniel shuts the door in the near post shot. Just over a minute left. It's still Jan who's running the show right now in game 5. Gets Daniel to jump early. Oh, Daniel. Oh, he almost had it. Jan just doing enough. Jan read the fake jump from Daniel. Big win there, but then he missed the air double bump, but Daniel didn't have a dodge. I think he was flying a bit too long, so he couldn't actually hit that ball wide. And just inside the final minute, Jan gets in front in game 5. Now Daniel off the wall. He has scored an unbelievable amount from this position, and he does it again, this time with a ceiling reset. It seems like nothing Jan does works against Daniel's kickoff aerial plays. If Daniel gets the ball and the mid boost and the kickoff to go his way, there is really nothing Jan could do. Daniel is unstoppable. Now this kickoff's going to go Jan's way. You know, kickoff goals, kickoff possessions, they're the same thing when you've got Daniel and Jan on the field. Daniel just not able to roll with the ball there. Couldn't get it to follow him the way that he was flipping. We're back to Jan leading. Oh, what a read. Daniel predicts the fake kickoff. This is immense from Daniel. What a play. On the diagonal spawn, Daniel saw Jan's nameplate acting strange there. He thought, wait a second, that's not when you should be flipping. And he just sticks it top corner. Well, Jan's landed a bit on the wrong side of the ball here. Should be Daniel's to play, but actually Jan's fighting for the back corner boost. This is dangerous, but he'll escape without conceding immediately. Of course, into the air goes Daniel. Incredible control. Jan's up early though, and this time Jan's actually able to get the ball off Daniel, relatively unscathed. But Daniel plows right through Jan's air dribble as well. For the first time, we see 2 air dribbles not work for both these players in a row. Who has the composure in the final few seconds here? Yan will have the next chance. Daniel has backed off, and here comes Yan. Oh, Daniel gets the save this time. There is just no way that that's how it's going to end. No, of course not. Into overtime we go. What a save by Daniel. Of course, it had to be Game 5 overtime with these two, and we got a double 50-50 kickoff. It could not be closer. I think that this is probably fine for Yan. Indeed it is. That fake jump's not. Oh, Daniel reads him again. What a series. And it all comes down to Daniel reading a Yan fake jump. He just didn't believe it. And you know, I think that's actually such a smart play, because you've got to ask yourself, what is Yan really threatening with that fake jump? Ask yourself, what is he doing? Okay, if that's a real jump, so what? You're not going anywhere. You're air dribbling in your own box sideways. So you can actually just commit like Daniel did there and play a pretty safe game win to clutch it up for USA. My goodness. I feel like we're honored to have witnessed this. This incredible match between these two nations. Daniel wins it for USA by saving an air dribble bump in the closing seconds.